is another double feature video. That's right, tonight we're gonna be checking out one of the newest things brought to you by Spiegelworld. That's DiscoShow at the LINQ. Much like the Cosmopolitan used to have opium and superfrico, this is gonna be dinner and a show, provided you do make reservations at the restaurant Diner Ross. As we are going on opening night, I don't really know what to expect. They've been kind of hyping this show up for quite a while now, but they haven't really said too much what it's gonna be about. Basically, you're gonna be in like the New York disco kind of era, and I'm just really hoping that these shoes are comfortable because apparently there's no seating. We will start a night off at Diner Ross for some quick little dinner, and then we're gonna kind of explore what there is to see. I think that there's like different rooms or anyway, I'm really not sure what to expect. Cody and I both love Spiegelworld shows. Like, we've seen pretty much all of them, whether, you know, we're talking about Absinthe, Opium, Atomic Saloon, even over in Atlantic City. We love the hook, so I'm really looking forward to this. Anyway, let's go and see what's going on. Our reservations is like really soon, so let's go. All right, guys, so we just stepped into Diner Ross. I honestly feel like I just walked into like New York in like the 70s in a diner. Like, it literally looks like you're in a diner in the 70s. The way everyone's dressed, the decor, and everything. I'm already having a good time. Everyone here has been so friendly. Typical Spiegelworld hospitality. I'm already obsessed. So we did get a couple drinks already. Drinks range from about $18 to $22, at least on their drink sort of like placemat menu. There is another drink menu as well. So Cody got the Mancuso margarita for $20. That has El Tequilino Blanco, Yuzu, Pineapple, Electric Red Bell Pepper, Fernet, Yellowneck, and Fino Sherry. I butchered a bunch of those. I apologize. For me, I was torn between the Cherry Paloma and there's another tequila-based drink called It Goes Like This, which he was recommending. I ended up getting the Cherry Paloma, which again, it's tequila blanco, agricole, I don't even know what that is, grapefruit, cherry, squirt, vanilla, and black pepper. All sound very interesting. Again, for $20. A little pricey for the drinks, but honestly, I really want to enjoy tonight, so I just thought, let's just go for it. So we're going to wait for those drinks to come. He says that they do take a little bit of time because they are done by mixologists. We do have the show after this. They have said, because we are here on opening night, that they are saying that no filming. I'm going to still be cheeky and try and do my best to get you guys, you know, a few little clips here and there, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what we're expecting. But anyway, we're going to wait for our drinks to come, and we'll update you after that happens. All right, so drinks just arrived. I have the Cherry Paloma here. I'm not a big cherry fan. I like real cherry flavor, but you know that gross, like, artificial medicine-y cherry? That's what I don't really like, but that's really good, though. You definitely get that peppery sort of at the end, which is really nice. Cody got, what did you get again? The Mancuso margarita. So he got the Mancuso margarita. This is a shorter drink. I can see there's some, like, it looks like almost tahini on the outside there. Yeah, that tastes like tahini. A little bit of a bite to it. If you guys have been to Superfrico before and you've had the pool boy, very similar. That, like, almost savory, sweet kind of taste to it. Anyway, we are going to finish these drinks. We went to order some food. They have this sort of rule here that they like to order everything at once. So, you know, instead of saying ordering apps, ordering this, ordering that, they want you to order all at once. That way they can sort of curate your meal as, you know, what would make sense, I guess. So we're struggling a little bit. We're going to work on that, and we'll get back to what we ordered. All right, so I'm not going to lie. I don't eat meat. It's very meat heavy. It's diner food. So, you know, keep that in mind. Cody was in heaven, though, so he's good. So we decided to order something called the Popovers, which I'm understanding is sort of like a Yorkshire pudding. So there's going to be like, there's different options we get. We just got it with the salt, butter, and jam. So we'll see how that goes. We also decided to split the mussels and fries. These are going to be PI mussels with saffron, leek, cream, and obviously on top of French fries. Those are $26. The popovers are $8, and with that jam and everything, it's going to be another $6. Cody really wanted the Delancey Deluxe burger. So this Delancey Deluxe burger is going to be with short rib, sour cherry aioli, watercress, cornichon, quattro epice, pickles, gravy for dipping. It comes with fries as well. So we're going to have a lot of fries, so I hope the fries are good. According to the menu, Burt Reynolds loves them, so we'll find out. For me, again, I was kind of struggling what to get. They have a French onion soup mac. Now, I wasn't sure if that was going to be mac and cheese or soup, but apparently it is macaroni and cheese. So this one is vegetarian, so I'm happy about that. It's going to be caramelized onion, Gruyere cheese, and cavatappi, which I'm not sure what cavatappi is, but we will shortly find out. Anyway, like I said, you do have to order it all at once, which it's not my favorite way of ordering, but you can order more food if need be. And, you know, we are in a bit of a time constraint because obviously we had the show at 7. It's already 5:30, so yeah, we got to get moving here. So anyway, I'm hungry. Let's see what happens. Appetizers just arrived. Cody's already given me flack for having that hands in front of my face. I apologize for that. I have this mic here. It's very loud in here music-wise, so I'm hoping you guys can even hear me. These are the poppers here. They are very much like a Yorkshire pudding. There's a little bit of jam here and a little bit of cultured butter, so we're going to give that a quick little... I'm trying to be quick here because I know Cody wants to eat as well, and I'm trying not to let things get cold. All right, so here we go. So they are very much like a Yorkshire pudding. I typically expect those to be warm, though, and these are served not warm. Jam is nice and sweet. The cultured butter has a bit of a saltiness too, so you do have that sweet and salty, which is really good. The fries are like McDonald's fries. Like, they're really that thin, kind of like salty fry. And the sauce with the mussels is really good as well. I'm going to try a mussel as well really quick. Okay, so mussels are mussels, right? They don't usually take on too much of the flavor of what they're cooked in, but they are cooked well. With the fries, I sort of expect it to almost be like a seafood poutine kind of thing where they be all together, and they're not. So it's kind of an interesting little appetizer. But anyway, we are going to finish these up. We are going to wait for our mains and check with you in a bit. All right, so we got the apps here. Like, we're almost finished. We just ended up dumping the fries in the mussels. I'm not really sure what to expect with all that stuff. Like, I gotta say, the Yorkshire puddings were... Sorry, the poppers, whatever they were called, they were just okay. The sauce for the mussels are really, really good, but even the mussels weren't too warm. Fries are very McDonald's-y. We enjoyed kind of dipping the fries in the sauce. Cody got a bit tired towards the end, but I was still working on it. Anyway, they brought the mains out. I have this French onion mac and cheese, which looks really good. It actually comes out in like a little French onion soup bowl, and there's like that melted cheese on top, which is really cool as well. So we're gonna give this a quick try. I was told it's very hot, so I'm a little scared. Oh yeah, that looks very hot. I can see the steam coming from it. It's definitely very French oniony. Good taste to it though, like nice and salty from obviously the broth. It is vegetarian from what I understand. I know a lot of French onion soups do have a beef broth. This I don't believe does, but very good taste, very, very cheesy, very heavy. It's a small portion, but honestly, I think for how like hearty and like cheesy it is, I think that's probably a good amount. Cody did get a burger here. Obviously, I can't taste that because it's not, it's meat. Okay, so Cody's first impression was that it was incredibly, incredibly salty, and like he's not a wuss when it comes to salt. Like he will sometimes salt his food, so for him to say it's salty, I do believe that it probably was a little too salty. He did mention it to the server, so he's gonna go check it out. Probably bring him another one out. Like I said, for him to say it's salty, it must have been very salty. So let's see. They're probably gonna bring another one out shortly, and then we'll get you the second review then. All right, so because Cody's burger was so salty, they did try to bring him another one, but honestly, after that, he was kind of over it. So they did bring a drink called And It Goes Like This, which was one that I was kind of eyeing as well. So this one has a mezcal in it. I love mezcal. You don't get a lot of cocktails with mezcal in it. So this has, mezcal, gin, spicy Aperol, pineapple, agave, begonia, and lime zest. Again, $20. I don't know if it's going to be on the bill or not, but $20. I'm going to give it a quick sip. This is my second choice of the drink, so I'm glad they brought this for him. Yeah, that's really good. I'm actually wishing I ordered one of those too, because that is delicious. You got that smokiness from the mezcal, the sweetness from, order that drink. It's really good. All right, so we finished our dinner. I was going to say superfrico, Diner Ross. We're having some drinks over here. I'm going to give you guys my full kind of review of everything later because it's super, super loud in here. Going to have these drinks. Check out the show. Don't know if I'm going to be able to film much in there. I've kind of been told no, but I'm going to do my best anyway. But vibe's cool in here. Full review coming. Stay tuned to the end. Okay, so it's been a few nights since we went to the opening of DisCOSHOW and ate at Diner Ross. I know what you're thinking, why haven't you given your final thoughts yet? Well, while we were at the show, since we were there for the opening night, one of the performers mentioned that they would, for a thank you for coming on opening night, they were gonna open the bar to everybody for the rest of the night. So we decided to hang out there and have a couple drinks. A couple, I'm using the word couple very, very loosely because it was multiple.
But when we were hanging out there, one of the sort of high up people, I won't use the names or titles or anything like that, but from spiegelworld, actually came over and chatted with us, which was really cool. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that me and Cody are huge fans of all the spiegelworld productions. I saw my first one back in 2012, which was Absinthe at Caesars. So honestly, it was really cool to chat. You know, he was asking our feedback, asking for our ideas and things like that, and then invited us to come back. So he basically said, you know, pick a day that you guys are here. Fortunately, we were here for a few more days, and we were able to make something work. So we are gonna be checking the show out again for the second time. Now, I will say, I did promise them that I wouldn't film too much inside. Well, I told them I wouldn't film at all, but I might try and get a few little sneaky pics here and there. This show is still sort of in its pre-release time, right? So there's still things that are gonna change. Like for example, when we went to Diner Ross, there was something on the menu that I had seen that I thought, I'll order this. When we got there, they said we literally just took it off the menu. So things are gonna change. So I really do wanna be respectful. I don't wanna give away too much. It's hard because I'm in that sort of middle ground of I wanna show you guys as much as I possibly can because you guys are watching this video because you're interested and you trust my judgment, hopefully. But I also really do feel honored that the folks from spiegelworld, you know, invited me back to come and see the show for a second time, you know, on them, which was huge. That said, I am still gonna give you guys my honest opinion. I'm not gonna be swayed just because they invited me to go and see the show again. We did pay the first time to see it. We did fully pay for our meal at Diner Ross. They are just, you know, inviting us back for this particular sort of edition of the show. So you are still gonna get my honest opinion of, you know, everything. Yeah. Anyway, we are gonna head our way over to the LINQ to check out the show for the second time. I'm really excited. Hopefully I can show you a little bit more than I showed you the last time because like I said, they did ask me not to film, and I do want to be respectful of that, but I also do want to, you know, be respectful of you guys as well for wanting to watch this video and learn more about Disco Show, spiegelworld, Diner Ross, all that stuff. So anyway, that being said, let's go see the show. Alright, you guys, so I'm finally ready to discuss Diner Ross and Disco Show at the LINQ, so let's do this. I'm also going to apologize for, you know, the very casual nature of this video. I know I'm in a robe right now. I literally just washed my hair and got myself all, you know, clean and stuff for bed because we are going home tomorrow, unfortunately, from Vegas. We have been here for over a week. I'm exhausted. I felt very just, so I just wanted to get nice and fresh and cozy. So this is what we're doing. So deal with it. You know, if you guys are new to the channel, hey, how are you? So let me preface this by saying that Cody and I are big spiegelworld fans. So I saw Absinthe for the first time back in, I want to say 2012 or 2013 over at Caesar's Palace. We've seen when they had a traveling show back in 2015 called Empire. They came to Toronto. I saw that. We've seen Absinthe again since then. We've seen Atomic Saloon here at the Venetian Palazzo, which is actually where we're currently recording from. So make sure to subscribe so you can get a room tour of, you know, the whole kit and caboodle here at the Palazzo. We have seen Opium at the Cosmopolitan. We even traveled to Atlantic City and saw The Hook twice at Caesars in Atlantic City. We've also dined in their, you know, concept restaurants. So we dined a couple times at Superfrico on the Cosmopolitan here in Vegas, and a couple times over in Atlantic City at Caesars as well. So I would say we know our spiegelworld stuff, and we do really enjoy them. So it was announced last year that we would be getting this brand new show called Disco Show, but they didn't really say anything about it. They just basically said they're, you know, it's coming to the LINQ, it's going to be Disco Show, and there's going to be a restaurant there called Diner Ross. So cool, you know, like that was going to be, you know, it's an exciting new thing for spiegelworld and for obviously the Las Vegas Strip. That also did come on the tail of the news that Opium was going to be closing at the Cosmopolitan, so kind of sad, but you know, anyway, that's where we are right now. So Cody and I have been eagerly waiting for the show to come, for this restaurant concept to come, and we were super excited for it. And yeah, it just kind of worked out because if you saw a video
actually a few of my videos I referenced that it will be coming out in July of 2024. We did speak to some of the production people. They said they had, a couple little hiccups here and there, which is why they had to push it out to August. It just kind of worked out that we happened to be coming here to Vegas for my birthday, and we came here, literally arrived the day before the show opened. So it was just kind of perfect timing. So anyway, of course, we grabbed tickets and went and checked it out. So usually in these intros of the videos, I like to sort of explain a little bit like what the show's about, what the history is, this, that, and the other. I scoured everything. I couldn't find anything. There was no information. I didn't realize that was on purpose. So I'm also going to try my best to not spoil anything for you guys, because I want you guys to experience it for yourself with the same surprises that I experienced it with. So I'm going to do my best to not ruin anything. But yeah, let me sort of walk you through kind of how it all begins. So you will enter at the LINQ Promenade, actually go through the casino area, very close to Guy Fieri's restaurants. It's in the casino, so you will enter through there. When you first walk in, you will check in with a hostess there who will ask if you are seeing the show or not. If you are seeing the show, you'll get a wristband. This will make sure that way, when you are ready to see the show, that you are able to get it. That also, of course, if you are going to the restaurant, will notify the staff that you are seeing the show, so keep things moving. But there also is a bar downstairs as well. It feels very much like you walked into like a dive bar in like New York City, basically. So it's kind of a cool atmosphere. You'll then go upstairs, where you again will feel like you're at this other dive bar in New York City. So and you start to get a little bit more of that 70s kind of vibe when you get there as well. So that's kind of a cool thing. You'll check in at the hot dog stand to get into the actual restaurant itself, Diner Ross. And basically you wait to be called in. So where did the name come from? Because, of course you hear Diner Ross, you think, okay, it's a play on words. It's like, sounds like Diana Ross. It's a diner, Diner Ross, etc. It actually comes from the founder of spiegelworld, who's Ross Mollison. So the name kind of comes from him. And, obviously that is also a play on words, which is, quite humorous. You head into the restaurant. Right as you walk in, you feel like you are in a diner in the 70s. The atmosphere is captured perfectly. All the staff are wearing, the outfits from the 70s. They're playing 70s music. The decor is all 70s. It honestly feels like you took a time machine and were, plopped right smack dab in the 70s. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, and, I'm just going to tell it like it is. And I will get into, where we went from there. So the menu had actually changed from when we were gonna, what I'd seen previously. That if you guys follow Vital Vegas, he actually posted a little bit of a sneak peek of what the menu was gonna be. And by the time we got there's a couple items that we were gonna order that had been removed from the menu as well. So keep in mind that this is gonna be ever changing. We are still very early in the development of this. So even what I'm telling you now, by the time you go to see it, could be completely different. So just bear with me. So anyway, you get a little placemat, you get your menu of what you're gonna order, and obviously you start with drinks. We got a couple of the tequila-based drinks. The names escape me right now. I do apologize, but I did mention them earlier in the video, so refer to that. But yeah, the drinks were all in around the $20-ish range, plus or minus a couple dollars. So standard for Vegas. I mean, to me, obviously, being from Toronto, of course, the dollar, difference and everything like that. To me, I always find it to be a little more pricey, but. Yeah, it's again standard across the strip. That's what you're gonna pay for a drink. Our drinks are really good, no complaints there. I talked about them obviously at the beginning of this video, so I won't dwell too much on that as well. Ordered our food. Again, a couple of things that we were thinking of ordering. There was gonna be this hot dog, or like a sort of a fish based hot dog. That sounds disgusting, but I think it was like shrimp and lobster and all these different fishes. They're going to create this like hot dog, which apparently was they decided last minute to take off the menu. I don't know why, but they did. And anyway, we ordered a couple of things just to pick on between the two of us. So we ordered these like Yorkshire puddings that came with, you got to decide what kind of added additions you wanted with them. So we ordered those. I do remember them coming out not the warmest. Me personally, I just was sort of anticipating them to be warm, and especially when you come out with like the butters and this and that, but they were still enjoyable. We also got the mussels and fries. The sauce for the mussels were really good. I don't know what I was expecting, but the way it came out was not really what I expected. The fries I remember being very much like McDonald's fries. They were really good. I think I kind of expected almost like a seafood, I know it again sounds gross, a seafood kind of like poutine kind of thing. I was sort of anticipating we'd have the mussels on top of the fries with the sauce and everything, and you kind of just pick away at them. But again, we still did really enjoy them. Now, here's where I did struggle a little bit, because as you guys know, or if you are new here, I don't eat meat. I do eat fish, seafood, etc. Cody is the meat eater, so I usually go to him to kind of give us the his feedback on the food.
I didn't really know what to order, you know, being someone who doesn't eat a lot of meat and or doesn't eat any meat rather. And yeah, I did struggle a little bit, I will admit. That said, I'm sure the menu will be changing a lot, you know, over the years. So keep an eye on that if you're like me. But there were still options. So I ended up going with like a French onion mac and cheese. Again, not something I would typically order. I usually don't, you know, try not to do too much of the carbs, but you know, I figure we'll be drinking whatever. I'll deal with it. And it definitely wasn't bad. It was definitely interesting. A lot of the oniony taste, a lot of like the, you know, pasta, you know, was cooked well and everything. So it was good. Cody ended up getting a burger. This is where we had a little bit of a hiccup, and I didn't want to mention this, but you know, I'll just be completely transparent. He did find it to be a little bit on the saltier side, and you know, they did end up taking it back, no questions asked. You know, we're gonna make him another one, but at this point we were sort of like, you know what, it's fine, we got to catch the show, like don't worry about it. So yeah, we ended up skipping that, and they did bring him a drink out, which was, you know, also very nice of them and not necessary, but yeah, just a small hiccup. Again, keep in mind, we were there on opening night of the restaurant. They had like a sort of like a small, you know, opening for, I guess, like you know, influencers and people like that. We weren't at that one. We were actually at the official opening night. So, you know, we paid our own way and everything like that. So that's why I'm, you know, giving you my complete, honest, transparent opinion. Now, where I would say they lost me a little bit. Now, like I said, the music was great, the atmosphere was great, the, you know, costumes and everything was, the decor, everything was great. What kind of, see, here's the thing. Now, if you've been to Superfrico here in Las Vegas at Cosmopolitan or over at Caesars in Atlantic City, you kind of get what Spiegelworld's all about. You know, it's almost like a bit of like an intro to the show if you are going to the show. And if you're not going to the show, it kind of gives you a bit of a sample of what you're missing. And that's what I kind of like about it. You know, you're going into this restaurant where you're there to enjoy this sort of like Italian American food. And then as you're there, you have, you know, the performers from the show acting things out in front of you, or coming to sit with you and chatting with you, or, you know, throwing wine bottles up in the air, or dancing, or just, you know, just, it really does give you a bit of a taste of what's going to happen at the show. And I will say for Diner Ross, that was something that kind of made it a little bit, it was missing for me. It didn't really feel like I was at a Spiegelworld restaurant. It felt like I was in like, you know, a 70s theme restaurant, which was still great, but I just really wish that they sort of added a little bit of elements maybe from the show as a little bit of a teaser. And we did talk to a couple people from Spiegelworld after the fact, and they did mention that was something that they had thought about. Like, for example, you know, while you're at the bar area waiting for the show to start, they have, you know, some rollerbladers come out. Have them come into the restaurant, obviously, as long as it's safe for the servers, that, you know, they're not going to be bumping into, you know, people or knocking them over or whatever. Or have, you know, a table that's sort of set aside that, you know, maybe you have a couple actors come in and they're, you know, maybe talking about something that's going on, and just makes you feel like you're, you know, actually in the 70s, just as an example. But yeah, that would just be, I guess, one of my little, you know, minor little critiques, that I would love for it to feel a little bit more like, for example, Superfrico, where you feel like you're at like a concept Spiegelworld restaurant. So after we finished the restaurant, we headed into the, you know, bar area where we kind of just waited for the show to start. And while this was, you know, happening, this is where, as I mentioned, you had the rollerbladers come in. You do have a live DJ in there playing, you know, all different 70s, you know, disco hits and everything that, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna know. Great atmosphere in there as well, super fun. Everyone's kind of getting excited to go and see the show. And I won't, you know, don't want to give away too much, but you will meet who they call Mother, and she is a drag queen that some of you may know from RuPaul's Drag Race. At least currently, you know, we were very surprised to see it was Eureka. So if you guys are familiar and follow Drag Race at all, it was Eureka. So that was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting it at all, and it was really cool to see her, you know, performing and being part of the show. You then get a very brief, you know, kind of history of, you know, this nightclub that you're going to be going into. And, you know, we all follow Eureka into this club. And it's just basically this giant immersive experience. So you're going to be dancing, you're going to be singing, you're going to have, you know, dancers all around you, but you're also going to be told a story, which I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to ruin any details or anything like that. But it's just basically like a story that takes place in like the disco era. One thing I will also mention is you are not allowed to bring drinks into this disco area with you. So if you are planning to have some drinks, you got to pregame a little bit before you go have some drinks at the bar, but you have to finish your drinks before you actually go in there. Obviously, it's a slipping hazard because, you know, if people are dancing and stuff, it's dark in there. You don't want people falling over or, you know, things like that. I don't know if this is something that maybe they're going to think of changing in the future, because me personally, I think, you know, it would have been nice to have had a cocktail or whatever, or drink while you're kind of, you know, like in a club, like you're dancing and everything, right? It'd be nice to have. But I can also see as a safety feature, because it really is very intimate. and interactive. You're going to have, dancers all around you. You're going to be, you're going to feel like you're part of the show as well, which is another part that I will add, that get into it. Dress like you're going to a disco. Dress 70s. We saw a lot of, I wasn't really sure, what to wear decor, to match kind of the vibe and everything. And as soon as I saw other people dressed like they were going to a disco, I wanted to kick myself for not doing the exact same thing. Because I did think about it, but I thought, I don't want to be the only one. But no, dress like you're going to a disco, dress 70s, get into the theme. It's, it'll definitely add to your experience. I will also say, wear comfy shoes that you can dance in, because you will be on your feet for about an hour and a half or so. So you definitely want to make sure you're in comfortable shoes that you can move around in. And I would say, if you are, walking up and down the Las Vegas Strip all day and you're tired, this might not be the show for you. So maybe, save it for a day that you're not maybe too active, maybe a day that you're just kind of hanging out at the pool during the day, so that way you have enough energy to really get into the show. Now for us, it was really cool because once again, we were there for the, the grand opening of the show, the premiere night of the show. They announced that we could, the bar was going to be open, and, you could hang out at the bar afterwards and have some drinks and, chat with everybody, like the cast and everything. So that was a really cool thing for us to do. And this is where the night got even more interesting. So first of all, we met a really cool waitress there named Amy, who was awesome. She was, we're, besties now and everything. So if you are going to go to have drinks there, make sure you say hi to Amy for us, because she's really great. But yeah, so we were hanging out, just having some drinks. And one of the folks from spiegelworld actually came over and chatted with us. We didn't know he was from spiegelworld at first. He kind of just came and just started talking about the show and everything, and then introduced himself. And that's where we got to the whole conversation about how we were huge spiegelworld fans, and had been to a bunch of the shows before. So of course then we started talking about ideas and this, that, and the other. So it was really cool. And he actually invited us to come back to see the show again. This was honestly such an honor for us, because like I said, we are huge spiegelworld fans. We really like what they do. We have this, it's our sense of humor. Yeah, we just really enjoy it. So it was awesome to be invited and to be recognized for that, and to be, to be invited back to the show again. So, like I said, we did pay for our meal ourselves. We paid for our first set of show tickets ourselves, but, being completely transparent, we did get invited to come see, it was complimentary to see the second show. So, just being completely honest with you guys. Now, the second show, we didn't go to the restaurant first, because we did already have, other plans for, before the show. I will say, I actually enjoyed this show the second time more so, and maybe it's because I knew what to expect a little bit more. I had a couple more adult beverages, which I think also helped me, because it kind of loosened me up and made me want to get into the show more and dance more and enjoy it more. And quite honestly, I did. So again, not encouraging you to go overboard or to overindulge, but if you are one of those people who maybe needs a little bit of liquid courage to get on your feet and dance and everything, just maybe have a couple extra drinks. It might help, but obviously don't get to your point where you're stumbling around, because you could be a danger obviously to yourself or the performer. So don't do that. But yeah, have a couple drinks to loosen up, and I think you'll probably enjoy the show a little bit more. Another really cool thing was that being in Vegas, you never know who you're going to bump into. So the first night we saw the show, we saw Alexis Mateo, also from RuPaul's Drag Race. She was not in drag, just came in her normal attire with her friends and everything, which was really cool. We said hi when she walked in. It was very friendly. And the second time we saw the show, Tamisha Iman, also from RuPaul's Drag Race, was there. So yeah, just really cool that you just again, being in Vegas, you just never know who you're gonna bump into, and it was just lots of fun. So I feel like I could talk about the show forever, and again, I don't want to ruin it for you guys, because I really do want you guys to go and check this out. I want this show to do well, so please go and see it. I'm gonna try my best. I did try my best, obviously, not to give away too much, so I hope I didn't. I'm obviously going to show you guys, a few clips here and there, to give you guys a bit of a taste, but this is a fun show. I didn't know what to expect. Someone like me who does like to know, details. I don't like surprises. I do and I don't like surprises. I do like to sort of plan and anticipate what's going to happen and this and that. So it was different for me to go into a show not having a clue what was going to happen, basically. And I think that was part of the fun, though, in the end. But once again, going for the second time, having known what was going to happen, I also enjoyed it even more. Now, I don't know if the prices are going to change. I think we paid, I want to say around $65-ish, $70 for our tickets, but it does seem like they are somewhat dynamic. So I believe on weekends, I think on Sundays, they were a little bit more, maybe around the $90 to $100 mark, but keep an eye, check it out. I'm not sure exactly. They could obviously change between, by the time you go and see the show. Maybe there'll even be some deals in the future, if you go through some of those, deal finds, Groupon or whatever. I don't believe they are yet, but by the time you're watching this video, maybe. So just keep an eye, it doesn't hurt. But yeah, I would say definitely support Spiegelworld. They are amazing, especially if you've seen shows like Atomic Saloon or, Absinthe, and you find that you enjoy that type of humor. This is definitely a good show for you. Anyway, it's getting super, super late, and I have a flight to catch, unfortunately, tomorrow morning. So I'm going to try and wrap this one up now. But if I have missed anything, I hope I haven't, given away too much. But if I have missed anything, you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave them below. It's really helpful to other travelers because they probably have the same questions that you guys have. It's also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have with my channel, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you aren't subscribed, I would really ask if you please consider subscribing to the channel. Totally free for you. Really helps me keep delivering this free content to you. Once again, this has been Daniel with Spotlight. Viva Las Vegas, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.